So we have here some NCAA women's basketball scores for Friday, March 7th, 2025. Here on this conference tournament Friday, so we have here Xavier over the ball, 70-62 in the last first round game of the Big East tournament. On Flow Sports, the Flow Sports has the first round, then FS1 has the UConn quarter, and then FS2 has the rest of the quarters, and then Fox has the semis, which before was FS1 had the semis and the final, but this year it is Fox with the quarters, or the semis, excuse me. Fox might have the quarters, but they have other stuff on that they would have on FS1, like men's basketball or other, like MLS maybe or something, so that's why they have that to FS one, or put that in FS2, and then they have like more men's in FS1, so that's partially why. But anyways, we have in the OVC semis, the final OVC semi. Here we have Western Illinois leads Lindenwood 51-48. Lindenwood was the top number 2 seed. Tennessee Tech was the 1 seed in the conference tournament. Top 2 seeds got by the semi. Seeds 3 and 4 got by the second day yesterday at the quarterfinals. Then seeds 5 through 8 had to play in the first round on Wednesday. And the winners playing the championship at 4 Eastern on Saturday. Then in the ESPN 2 in the ACC tournament, number 6 Notre Dame leads California 31-28 on ESPN 2. Then in the Peacock has like 10 quarters. ESPN Plus has the first round and second round action on Wednesday and Thursday. Then then every broadcaster gets in on the action. Peacock gets on the quarters, as they have the rights to the men's tournament and more men's basketball. They show some big women's games. And Peacock has the rights to quarters as part of their deal. And then so they air. So in the third quarter, George Mason leads 42 over St. Louis. It's the 10 seed against the 2 seed. And then the CBS Sports Network has rights to semis. And then the final is back on ESPN 2. And this ESPN has rights to games as well. So ESPN has some women's rights. And I know the men's final will do CBS because they have the rights. Regular CBS has rights to the games. They want regular CBS for the men's side. It makes sense that they partner with the sides. Each side has like covered the tournaments. Like the NCAA tournaments. Makes sense for the championship. Then we have San Diego in the finals. They played in the first round yesterday in the plane. They played Pacific, who got by the second round, and they're up 11-4 Pacific is. Then we have SC Newark has almost number in Texas at 6 Eastern. They see and they're a big ace and quarter championship first round game. S&P and West Georgia, the 9-10 matchup. They do it where the 9-10 matchup plays the number 1 seed at the number 1 seed's arena. And then they do it where the 7-8 matchup plays the number 2 seed's arena. Guarantee that, like, hey, the number 2 seed, say the 10 seed wins or the 7. And then they don't guarantee so that the 1 seed has the easier matchup regardless. And then Nebraska, number 4 seed UCLA, or number 4 UCLA. Nebraska, number 4 overall team UCLA and AP poll. They have their number 2 seed. They take on Nebraska in the Big Ten quarterfinals in the third 4 quarters on Big Ten at 5:30 at 6 Eastern ESPN Plus. Since the men's basketball is going to move to ESPN U, now they're going to have the 2 Big 12 quarters on ESPN and Plus night session, evening and night session. And we have Iowa State and Baylor, number 17 Baylor at 6 Eastern. 7 Eastern on AC Network is the 4th and final ACC quarter. One in the second game of each session was on AC Network. The first was on ESPN 2. And those are the bigger games they were figuring. You know? Or maybe that's just the games that they could do, for time, for like, for whatever, for things. But I'm not sure, but anyway, either way we have Louisville and taking on number 11 Duke at Central Eastern in the ICC core. Then in like 10 core has Dean at the 6 seed and against Davidson the 3 seed. At Central Eastern Peacock, Central Eastern Eastern Plus has in the Bellarmine in Jacksonville. Then 7-8 matchup in the Eastern Championship first round. The winner plays Central Arkansas tomorrow. That's tomorrow evening. Or the ones that play tonight. You play tomorrow evening, and then there's 2 quarterfinals that 3, 6, 4, 5. They played early in their day because they didn't have the bye to the those 2 teams didn't have the bye. Those 4 teams didn't have the bye. Team that played yesterday, so they want to give them 24 hours rest, which makes fair sense. Then we have Florida at number 9 LSU at 8:30 Eastern on SC North. Florida at number 9 LSU, that's at 8:30 Eastern on SC North tournament quarterfinal in the SC North. And then Big Ten Network has the 4th and final Big Ten tournament quarterfinal. Iowa and number 13 Ohio State. Then Texas Tech, they have to take on the 3 seed after winning the 11 seed, being the 11 seed Kansas and being the 6 seed Utah. They play at 9 Eastern on ESPN Plus. Then number 2 USC beats Indiana, survives over Indiana's 84-79. Number 5 South Carolina dominates Vanderbilt in that third quarter, in the first half. Mainly in the second quarter, in a little bit of the first, and then and even though Vanderbilt had a big 12-point win, that third quarter was still out. South Carolina didn't matter. South Carolina wins 84-63. Number 7 NC State had to play tough with Georgia Tech, but number 7 NC State defeats Georgia Tech 73-72 in the ACC core. In the Big 12 core, number 8 TCU Colorado 60-62. Number 10 Oklahoma over number 12 Kentucky 60-65, just barely though. Number 14 Florida State hangs on to beat number 14 North Carolina. Number 14 North Carolina holds on to beat number 22 Florida State. Had to come back from a small deficit in that third quarter of 4, and they did. Michigan defeats number 15 Maryland big, despite Maryland having a 31-14 second quarter cut off that that 21-point lead. They trimmed it down to 4. Michigan made it 20, and then Michigan still won the fourth. There was an 8-0. Number 16 West Virginia over Kansas State 73-69. And then we have the SoCon semis. UNC Greensboro defeats Wofford 54-50. St. John's over Butler 66-50. It was really that second half for St. John's that made the difference. 63-50 Richmond over Duquesne. It's tight all the way through, but just a little bit of separation that first and third helped them. And then we had Georgia State, the 8 seed, defeat Old Dominion, the 5 seed, 65-62 in the Sun Belt fourth round. So Georgia State moves on to quarters. And they like 10 quarters. They move on, the winners move on to summits. And UNC Greensboro moves on to SoCon championship final. St. John's moves on to the Big East quarterfinals tomorrow. North Dakota moves on to the Summer League Championship tomorrow. After being St. Thomas, Minnesota 67, 63-55 in the SoCon Championship semifinal. That's in the SoCon Championship final on Sunday. They have a day off actually because the men's first round is playing later tonight. They have 10 teams. As I said on VMI, are one of the few schools, might be the only 2 schools in Division 1 without a women's basketball program. They have actually not a ton of women's sports schools do. but the Citadel has a little bit more. And then VMNOs, but then Georgetown defeats Providence 50-56. In overtime, St. Joseph's defeats Rhode Island 53-50. It was a low scoring overtime 5-2. St. Joseph's did just enough to survive and advance. Tennessee Tech moves on to the OVC semi-final. The OVC final. They take on the winner of Western Illinois in Linwood, in Evansville, Indiana. The winner will play tomorrow for the 2. Tennessee Tech will play the winner of that game for the final at 4 Eastern ESPN Plus. And that will be the first NCAA tournament bid. Qualifier bid punt ticket. Or the first qualifier from the conference tournament winner. And then Loyola Marymount defeats Santa Clara 66-52. They move on to the third round of the West Coast Conference tournament. Both teams didn't have to play in the play-in first round game. Marshall moves on to the Sunbelt Championship quarterfinals. Marshall won 4 games in 4 days here, and they had started on Tuesday in the Sunbelt first round. Marshall had beat South Alabama on Tuesday, and then they beat Texas State, then they beat Louisiana, and then they beat App State. So in South Alabama they had a little bit of separation, won by 14. Then they played close games in 6 State, won by 6. Had a low scoring in Louisiana, won by 2. App State won by 9. They won by 9 over App State, and they play Troy tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern in the quarterfinals. And they're playing Troy, got the bye to the. And the thing about App State is, App State does not a 6 seed or 5. App State is not a 6 seed. App State should be lower than a 6 seed though, because Appalachian State, they lost 8 straight. They weren't really hot in the Sun Belt, and then Marshall took them down in the first matchup. And then when they were hot, and then App State, after their Max Sun Belt Challenge game, they just went downhill from there. And you thought maybe App State could be a top 3, top 4 team, have a really good shot to make the NCAA tournament. App State just lost a lot of games, lost a bunch of games. App State lost. They lost 8 straight. They lost last 9 of 10 games. I mean, they did actually beat Marshall, or App State beat Marshall in the first matchup. Not by much though, but then they lost to Marshall by 18 on the home. So that's what really hurt them. See the first game. Marshall playing really tough with App State though, so you have to give them credit. And Marshall on neutral court, but they lost 8 straight, and they lost 6 regular season finals. Some that were close, like Georgia State, Georgia Southern, but then James Madison twice. Coastal Carolina, that one is not close. Marshall was not seemingly in doubt. So I mean, and then we have. So that's a tough way for Marshall to go. And then Kansas City defeats North Dakota State 68-58. So the two teams with a 6-10 similar record advance after the top 2 seeds in day 1. And then the top 2 seeds, they play yesterday, and then they get a day off to semis. Because the 2 men's quarterfinals, and there's 2 men's quarterfinals each day, so they should get a bye. So there's the top 2 seeds. But then we have some games. We'll talk about the teams advance to play tomorrow. St. Joseph's at Richmond at 11 a.m. Eastern, CBS Sports. St. John's won the right to play number 3 UConn at Eastern on FS1, and then number 14 North Carolina and number 17 CC. North Carolina scoots match up in Greensboro, North Carolina for the ACC LACC tournament size. And Eastern has been 2. And then on the Miko Sports Network, and the Miko Sports Network, and the Miko Sports Plus Summer League Network, we have North Dakota at number 25 South Dakota State for right to go to the Summer League final and get an qualifier spot to the NCAA tournament. We have a little bit later of a start time, 1 Eastern and 3:30 Eastern are the Sun Belt quarterfinals, and then it's and then for the men, no East, they have an hour break. So men, so that'll be 6:30 Eastern. It'll be 6:30, or I'm not for sure, but it'll be 6:37 Eastern. And then the second game will be 30 minutes after that, so like 9:30 Eastern. Probably be an hour afterwards, so probably 6:30 Eastern and then 9 Eastern for the Sun Belt quarters for the men. But yeah, Georgia State is the 8th seed. They had to play in the 3rd round. Now they advance to the Sun Belt quarters. Costa Rica got the automatic bye to Sun Belt quarters. They haven't played since. They have got 7 days. They had 8 days off here, or 7 days off. 7 days off. They haven't played since 8 days. So 7 days without playing a game at all. I mean, I'm sure they've done a little bit of practice, but like to get prepared for, and it's still in the rhythm, but not like you don't know who you're playing, so not like a practice for practicing for a specific team necessarily. And then we have the Atlantic 10 semis, the second semi between St. Louis George Mason winner and the Davidson Dame winner will play at 1:30 Eastern and see Sports America the second Atlantic 10 semifinal. And then we're skipping all the regular season games because you already know all these conferences who plays for the right to go to the end, for the end sort of conference tournament scene. Then we have California and Notre Dame and the Louisville Duke game. And those winners will play at 2:03 Eastern on ESPN 2. Michigan USC's already clinched up the first semifinal in the Big Ten tournament at 3 Eastern. San Francisco got invited to the 3rd round of the Swiss Conference tournament. They play Loyola Marymount, who had to play today at 3 Eastern. And then the Sun Belt Marshall won 4 games in 4 days. They have to take on the 3 seed in Troy. So let's see if Marshall can win. If Marshall can win 5 in 5 days. If Marshall can win 5 in 5 days, then we'll move on to the championship semifinals to take on Arkansas State. The winner of this matchup, Marshall and Troy plays Arkansas State, and then the winner of Georgia State, Costa Rica, they'll play in the semis against James Madison, the 1 seed. And it depends because who's gonna, or the teams that haven't played in like 8 days, like 7 days with Costa Rica and Troy. I mean, will they feel refreshed or will they be a little bit rusty in this? We'll see. Or especially Marshall, when they play 4 and 4 days in the 5th and 5. They have 5 days straight of playing games. And after the other, they've eaten, gotten some rest, and then they went back on playing. Maybe watch a little film on the team they're playing, upcoming, and they haven't really done. I mean, maybe they've done like a little bit of like work, but really if you play so many games in so many days, you can't like really do practices. You have game 1, so all you can do is watch like film and stuff like that. So imagine that. about the game, and that's about really it. So, and then we have Kansas City in Roberts at 3:3 Eastern for the right to go to the Summer League Championship tomorrow on Sunday. So then we have the first Big 12 semi has already been decided. Number 16 West Virginia, number 8 TCU at 40 ESPN Plus. Then Tennessee Tech plays the winner of Western Iowa at 4 Eastern, like I said already. And then we have this first SEC semi already decided. Number 10 Oklahoma and number 5 South Carolina at 4 Eastern and ESPN 2. And then St. Mary's plays either San Diego or Pacific. St. Mary's at 5:30 Eastern. And then Florida Gulf Coast. Obviously, was going to play the winner of the 9-10 matchup tonight at FGCU as they play campus site teams. Then we have the Georgetown and number 23 are playing at 7 Eastern FS2. And then we have the 7-8 matchup. They play Central Arkansas. And then we have on FS2 the Xavier DePaul matchup. The winner of the Xavier Seton Hall matchup, or the Xavier DePaul matchup winner plays Seton Hall at 9:30 Eastern on FS2. And then we have a few games on Sunday, but a lot of them are tournament finals or tournament continuations, and they will be decided by games that play on Saturday, except for the Summit League, except for the Patriot League and the Eastern. The Patriot League will continue. Will go to the Summit. Will go to quarters on Monday, and the Eastern semis will be on Tuesday. So, but the rest of the games that are in the regular season and the regular season teams, their conference tournaments will be announced on today or tomorrow. Will be announced either late tomorrow or on Sunday. They'll be announced. The conference tournaments, who plays who and what time, and who advances if there's tiebreakers, and every team makes it. And then the MEAC tournament has been announced. We have South Carolina State taking Norfolk State at noon Eastern, and it's in Norfolk, Virginia, so Norfolk doesn't have to travel for the tournament. And we have Delaware State Howard, tentatively at 2 Eastern, but it's going to be probably 2:30 Eastern for the half-hour break. And then we have North Carolina Central and Coppin State in the 6th, and that is a 4-5 matchup. North Carolina State Coppin State at noon Eastern. And then the 3-6 matchup will be Morgan State Maryland at 2:30 Eastern, and then that's at noon Eastern. So that'll be it. So that's it for right now. So that is it for the matchups right now.